This is the main street of Bergen, a busy rural town located between Hamburg and Hanover, miles from the nearest motorway. There's little or no industry here. Without the British military presence, many locals fear for the future, especially if the garrison closes in the next 5 years.
I think it will be a very strong cut here in Bergen, and the British are here since the end of the Second World War, and so you can imagine that it's a very big change then. But we hope that the British will stay a little bit longer. Since 20 years we know the day will come that the British will leave Bergen, but we were told it will be in 35, 36.
Around a quarter of the population of Bergen's 13,000 residents are British. Hundreds of German locals are employed on Hohne Station, and the Brits play an integral part within the multinational community that's evolved over the decades.
Well, there's a lot of interaction. As you'd expect, there are Anglo-German events during the year, from the carol services this week to the Queen's birthday reception. The town sort of shares in our successes. They've given permission for us to have welcome home parades through the town, as they did with 2 medical regiment last year. But they also share our sadness when we have operational fatalities, and they will lower their flags to half-mast. We also have a lot of soldiers who take part in local German clubs, from hunting clubs to sports teams, and so on. So there is a lot of grassroots interaction as well.
But good community relationships count for nothing when the local economy's largest provider goes home earlier than expected. And it's the knock-on effect on small businesses like this one that relies heavily on British custom that worries the people of Bergen the most.
All the businesses, this is just horrible. I think then we must lose, so the staffs must lose their job in here. But when we have 40–50% less work, so it's just horrible. For us, when you are here, it's really good. You're very friendly. Of course, you spend the money as well in here, and it's just life in Bergen. When you go, then we have ghost town.
Local leaders and military commanders now face a massive task to try and ensure drawdown, when it happens, doesn't cast a permanent shadow over Bergen.
The lights of Bergen will not go out, switch off, but it will be a little bit darker for the next 10–12 years here in Bergen, I'm sure.
I think it would be incredibly sad. We get on very well with our German colleagues here, and I know that they will be sad to see us leave. But at the end of the day, tough decisions have to be made in tough circumstances.
Whether it's in 5 or 10 years that UK forces withdraw from this part of Germany, this town must now face up and prepare for a future without its largest employer and friend. Annie Hairsign, Forces News, Bergen.